Hello, welcome back to another guided meditation with me, Leslie Butterfield from mindfulnessonline.us, and welcome to those of you joining for the first time. I'm so glad you're here today. Today I wanted to share a practice with you that works with our various pains that we have. And I know I've done one before where we worked with our physical pain, but today I wanted to do one kind of exploring more in depth into our emotional pain and what we do and where the resistance is that we have to that and how we feel pain in the body, our emotional pain. So if at any point this becomes too intense or feels like it's too overwhelming, feel free to always open your eyes, touch the ground, check in with yourself, take a deep breath or two. I'll also share some tips for titrating or managing the amount of intensity we're dealing with throughout. So go ahead and find a comfortable position where you're able to be both at ease and upright, kind of a mix in the middle. And let your eyes softly close. Or find one point, a focal point in front of you to softly gaze at. And let the sound of the bell guide our attention inwards. Establishing awareness, settling into the posture, feeling supported and held by the earth beneath us, noting the contact points where the body meets the earth or the chair. And taking some slow, deep inhales and exhales to welcome the sense of stillness to the body. Letting the awareness rest on the sense of the breath as it comes in and out. So in this practice today, we'll actually call to mind a particular emotional pain that we may be feeling lately. It could be something minor. It might even be easier to start with maybe a minor annoyance or disturbance. And the idea of this practice that we're trying today is that it's one we could do another time in a longer meditation as emotions would bubble up maybe to our awareness. So calling to mind a particular emotion or feeling, something that's recently kind of stressed us out or made us feel unhappy or uneasy. And we'll just start by recognizing that it's here. Relaxing into the awareness of it, noticing, seeing it as it is. That kind of brings us to the next portion of allowing and accepting it. Really just bringing in a sense of welcome and kindness to our hearts and our minds in the face of what may be a discomfort or an uncomfortable, unpleasant thought or emotion. Okay, this is what fear feels like. Fear is like this. Here it is. Sadness is like this. Annoyance is like this. And so just by allowing it to be there, seeing what it's like to kind of let down our guard, accepting it for what it is, which helps us to do the next step of investigate, really getting curious and getting to know what the sensation of this emotion is. So we can notice how this emotion or thought impacts our physical experience. Maybe it affects our breathing. Noticing if the breath feels tighter or looser, easier or more difficult to inhale and exhale. Noticing if there's any tension or tightness in any areas of the body when we bring this emotion to mind or bring it up. And really getting into those sensations. Is it the tightness, more than just tightness? Is it tingling, pulsing, vibrating, heat, coolness? So many different ways to see it and explore it. And we're just really investigating and seeing what it's like. And we're not investigating the story behind it. We're just investigating the physical, felt sensation of this experience. And we can notice when our mind goes into story and gently bring ourselves back to this experience. And finally, we can name the emotion. Name it as it is. So before we kind of allowed it, but here we can say, okay, this is fear. Fear is like this today. Grief feels like this today. Exhaustion feels like this. And in naming it, we also give ourselves a sense of non-attachment, non-identification to it. So we're recognizing and honoring this sensation, this feeling for what it is, but not getting wrapped up in the story and not letting it become who we are. It's just an emotion. It's just something passing through, a passing weather pattern. And we can come back to the sensation of the breath. We can notice how the heart feels in the chest. As we notice other thoughts or emotions circling through or passing through, we can just come back to the breath for the last few moments of this sitting. Just noticing the body and the physical sensation of being in this body in this moment. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to solve, no one to be. Just this breath. So what we just did is a practice that's pretty common in mindfulness, the practice known as RAIN. So the acronym RAIN, and those are the four steps that we went through as we noticed and investigated the emotional pain that we felt. So we first recognize that it was there. And like I said, this is something that you might do during your day or during a longer sit. When an emotion comes up, you notice it, so you recognize that it's there. Today we kind of fabricated it and brought it up ourselves. You accept and allow the emotion to be there. Often we're busy pushing it away or trying to stifle it or push it down. So kind of just dropping that resistance for a little bit and allowing. The next is investigate. So we're really getting curious here and looking into what the experience of this emotion means and what it is. So we're not trying to get into the story of it. We're really just getting into what is it like to feel this emotion right now, and feel it for a little bit. And then finally we name it and kind of non-identify with it. So we let it be that what it is, and we recognize and remember that it's not who we are. It's just a part that's passing through. It's just a little bit of weather, some clouds passing by. So recognize, allow, investigate, and name or non-attachment. And so this is a tool that we can use when we're faced with challenging emotions or difficult feelings as an opportunity to get to know them a little bit better so that they are no longer oppressed and stuffed within us, and have a chance to just be seen and heard, which usually is what my emotions are wanting the most. I hope this practice was helpful for you today, and I'm happy to answer any questions or any concerns you may have in the comments or in an email to me. You can check on my website for my email address. Thanks so much. Have a good day.